In a surprise deal, Iran has agreed to pardon and release 5 prisoners. In exchange, the U.S. will release billions of dollars in frozen funds. Only 3 of the prisoners have been identified so far. Tehran has been suggesting a prisoner swap between it and Washington for months. Here's CBS News Chief Foreign Affairs correspondent Margaret Brennan.
As the first step of President Biden's deal with Iran, these 5 Americans were transferred from Tehran's notorious Evin Prison to house arrest. Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
My belief is that this is the beginning of the end of their nightmare.
The prisoners may be back on U.S. soil as soon as September. For years, the detainees' families have urged President Biden to just bring their loved ones home.
My dad just said, "Dad, let him come home."
Businessman Imad Shargi was taken in 2018. So was environmentalist Murad Tabaz. The brother of businessman Siamak Namazi, imprisoned in 2015, today called the past 8 years of imprisonment horrific. 2 other Americans whose names are withheld will also be released. The breakthrough comes amid tension. Earlier this summer, the U.S. sent additional warships and Marines to the Gulf after Iran attempted to seize 2 oil tankers. Today, the White House declined to detail the deal, citing negotiations as both delicate and ongoing. In exchange, Iran will be able to access $6 billion in a restricted account in South Korea. Those funds will be transferred to Qatar. Once there, Iran will be able to use those funds for purchases permitted under U.S. sanctions.
And Margaret Brennan joins us now from Washington. Margaret, you said they could be home as soon as September. How does that work?
Well, Jeff, this is very delicate and complicated diplomacy, really, and a lot depends on whether all the next few steps in this roadmap go through without a hitch. What Iran expects is for the U.S. to facilitate the transfer of $6 billion from a restricted account in South Korea to a more easily accessible restricted account in Qatar, at which point that money they can use for items that are approved under the U.S. sanctions regime. That has to happen. I'm told that will take weeks for it to actually go through that process. The U.S. Treasury is overseeing those transactions. In the meantime, the Americans are going to be living in this house arrest situation, apparently in a hotel under guard. And then in about 4 to 6 weeks, we may be able to see them return to U.S. soil. But we already know that there are differences in how the 2 countries are describing this diplomatic arrangement. The United States is saying this is very much still an active negotiation and process. So I would not be surprised to see more add-ons to this arrangement as Iran potentially tries to extract other concessions in exchange for letting these Americans get on a plane and return home.
What a surprise that they're talking about this in different ways. Is Iran saying anything else about the agreement?
Yes, Jeff, significantly, the UN, the Iranian official at the UN who speaks on behalf of his country in the United States, in fact, the only diplomatic representation they have in America, told me this afternoon that they do expect this to be reciprocal, that they claim they have an agreement with the United States to release 5 Iranians who are held in U.S. custody here. The U.S. government at this point is not confirming that and is saying that there are no releases happening from U.S. custody at this point. I'd watch this space. Last time we saw this kind of significant transaction take place back in 2016, there was an accompanying reciprocal prisoner exchange. So I would watch for that detail. I would also watch carefully how the 2 sides describe the funds that become available. $6 billion is what officials are confirming will be transferred from South Korea. I'm also hearing from other sources that there may be other funds. And in Iranian media tonight, they are reporting that additional funds will be released from Iraq to Oman. Now, the U.S. and Iran are not detailing that, and the U.S. is not confirming it. But there is going to be a lot of political heat around this, no doubt, as you know, Jeff, going into an election year. And we're already seeing some of the Republican candidates heavily criticize President Biden. The justification, of course, on behalf of the administration is bringing home 5 Americans to their families.
And the last time this happened 7 years ago, run up to another election. So interesting to see. Margaret Brennan, thank you so much.